Welcome back to part 2 of the 25th anniversary of Essentially Ellington, our international online festival. My name is Todd Stoll. I'm the Vice President of Education here at Jazz Ellington Center. We're coming to you live from the virtual House of Swing. Thrilled to have all of you with us today for performances, commentary, and a celebration of some of the top youth jazz bands in the world. From all over the U.S. and the globe, our young people are playing this great music. Today, we want to share it with all of you. Starting off the afternoon's proceedings, all the way from Snoqualmie, Washington, directed by EE alum Bill Leather. This is Mount Si High School.
Thanks, Todd. Hi, everyone. My name is Bill Leather, and I'm really honored to be the director of the Mount Si High School Jazz Ensemble. I just want to take a moment to thank Jazz Ellington Center, Essentially Ellington staff, for their commitment to music education, especially during this difficult time for all of us, and for affording our program this tremendous honor of being an Essentially Ellington finalist. As Todd mentioned, I've been fortunate enough to be involved with Essentially Ellington since I was a high school student, performing as a finalist in 2001. And for everyone listening out there, I really encourage you to donate what you can to Jazz Ellington Center to keep all the wonderful opportunities that Essentially Ellington has provided to students like me, keep those opportunities going for years to come. I also want to take the time to thank the wonderful Snoqualmie Valley School District administration, staff, our entire community for their support. Our band parents are some of the most kind and selfless people I have ever met. We could not be here today without their support. While I'm out front right now as the director of this band, I am not alone in the effort that goes into helping this band be successful. Thank you to all the band's mentors from this year, including Danny Kolke, Ronald Carter, Greg Williamson, Jacob Krieger, Jared Hall, Steve Tressler, Michael Glenn, and Chris Brie, and many more. I also want to thank the entire SVSD music staff, but especially my teaching partner, Hannah Morey, for the love and support you put into this program. I could not do it without you. And last and certainly not least, I want to thank my family for their love and support, my wife, Liz, children, Grayson, and Maya. The tune that you're about to hear, Pyramid, is really special to me because it was introduced to me as a senior in high school through this program, and it really introduced me to a different side of Duke Ellington's music. It's a pleasure to introduce this music to my students this year. We're happy to feature our drummer, Ethan Horn, up front, followed by Tate Satterley on trombone, Ben Price on clarinet, Elijah Wray on the baritone saxophone, Ethan Palomo on the plunger solo, and Tyken Preston on the tenor saxophone. I want to thank all of the students in this band. They are the force and the engine behind the excellence in this performance and accomplishment. I'm so proud of you all. It's a true honor to be your director. And thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy.
and that was Mount Si High School from Snoqualmie, Washington, with their version of Duke Ellington's Pyramid. We're here with their director, Bill Leather, and renowned jazz drummer, composer, arranger, band leader, educator. I got so many titles, Dennis, I don't even know what to call you. The legendary Dennis McCrell was one of our judges. Anyway, thank you for being with us. Dennis, some thoughts on Mount Si's version of Pyramid?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here and to be involved here. I have to tell you guys right off the bat, you killed it. In fact, I'll make a very quick disclaimer. When we got the list of the songs that all the bands were doing, some of them most of them I was familiar with, but I didn't know this song. So I did what we all supposed to do, got on YouTube and got a recording of the Ellington Orchestra. So I had the Ellington band in one window on my computer and you in the other. I put my head down, pushed the space bar, and was just loving what that band sounded like so much. And then I looked up and I realized I had pushed the wrong window, and I was actually listening to you. And this is true. And it freaked me out. I went back and checked, and I was just amazed at number one, the maturity of the band. A couple of things I want to really point out. This particular piece is very unusual in that it doesn't have, there's no piano playing at all. So usually one of the issues that happens with a lot of different bands is you have, problems either with balance and with intonation. It's really a pleasure to hear a band that plays so well together and so well in tune, especially when there's no harmonic reference. Great job. All the soloists did an amazing job. I especially loved your trombone section. I think that a lot of young trombone players, somehow in terms of playing in a section, there's not a lot of great, you don't see a lot of big bands on television anymore, so you don't really have a lot of great models. And your section really took care of business. The rhythm section was amazing. Changing feels from one groove to another groove is always a little bit tricky, and you guys nailed that. I cannot say enough about how great the band sounded. And again, harmonically, this piece is really difficult because of all the cluster voicings, and you killed it.
Bill, any reflections or thoughts on that?
Well, first, Dennis, you're very kind. Appreciate you taking the time to listen and for all the compliments. I think one of the things that this music teaches us is that we enjoy it, of course, when we're performing it, but there's always things to work on and there's always things to grow through. But it's also nice to hear someone like you tell us that we're doing a good job along the way. So we really appreciate that.
Bill, just real briefly, talk about the experience. You're part of a continuation, but also talk about being a student and then years later being a director. How that experience is the same and different.
Well, I've said this before, but my experience as an Essentially Ellington finalist as a student was life-changing, especially as a senior in high school, knowing I was going into music and the musical experience, but also the people that I got to meet and bringing that sort of element into my own program eventually was life-changing. And then, being able to share that experience now with these amazing students, it's just a dream come true.
Speaking of those students, why don't you introduce your students to us now?
Yeah, we have Wray here, our baritone saxophonist, and Analise Chiu, one of our trumpet members, and they're both seniors in the band this year. And there's only 4 seniors in the band, so I got to select 2 of them to be here. So
great. Elijah, so how do you feel about the track we just heard, Performance of Pyramid?
I was feeling pretty good about it. I liked that it kind of reflected all of our work throughout the year on trying to emulate the recordings that we listened to. I felt like it was a good representation of all the hard work that we put in.
And did you graduate?
We graduate like this Friday or next Friday.
Well, congratulations in advance. What are you doing next year, Elijah?
I'm going to be studying chemistry and chemical engineering at Montana State University.
Beautiful. Congratulations. Take your horn with you.
Thank you.
And Elisa, how do you feel about the performance we just heard?
I felt really good about it. It's been a while since I've heard it, since that was several months ago. But yeah, I think that is a great reflection of all the work that we put in this year, and I'm really proud of it.
Awesome. And you also are going to be graduating. What are you doing next year?
I will be attending Cal Poly SLO to study environmental engineering.
Awesome. I mentioned earlier we had an EE alum on the other night who's an environmental engineer, works for Chevron, and he was a great tenor player. So take your horn with you. We need you out here.
I will.
Again, Bill, congratulations to you and the whole community and your band. Just an amazing performance, and we hope to see you again next year.
We hope so too. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you all. And now a brief message from Jazz at Lincoln Center.